You do not see your reflection in rushing water. Only when the water is still can you recognize your true face. Let me ask you something. Have you been looking in the mirror day after day, believing that time has taken something from you? What if I told you it has only revealed you? You see, the world may glorify youth, but wisdom, grace, and power belong to those who have walked longer paths. Today, I want to open your eyes, not with flattery, but with truth. You may not feel like you are seen, you may not feel radiant, but the signs are there. You just forgot how to look. Let us explore these signs, not to chase vanity, but to reclaim your presence. The presence of a woman who no longer seeks validation from others because she has begun to validate herself. As a woman ages, something profound begins to unfold, something often overlooked by a society that glorifies youth. With time, the face may change, the skin may soften, and the pace may slow, but none of these diminish true beauty. In fact, they enhance it. Time has a way of stripping away what is superficial, revealing what is real. A good-looking older woman is not defined by tight skin or youthful features. She is defined by the quiet confidence in her eyes, the calm wisdom in her voice, and the presence she brings when she enters a room. These qualities are not found in youth. They are earned through experience, struggle, growth, and acceptance. Her beauty is not loud. It is not trying to prove anything. It is subtle and rooted. It does not beg to be seen. It simply exists. There is elegance in the way she listens more than she speaks, strength in the way she walks with purpose, and allure in her ability to be fully herself without apology. This kind of beauty cannot be bought or faked. It grows slowly, nourished by years of living with intention and learning from pain. Many older women fail to see this because they have been trained to equate beauty with youth. But if they could pause, look deeper, and recognize the transformation, they would understand that time did not take their beauty away. It refined it. It sculpted something more powerful than youth ever could: authenticity. And authenticity radiates a glow that no makeup can recreate. A woman who owns her age with grace, who embraces who she has become without longing to be who she was, carries a beauty that commands respect and admiration. She does not fade with age, she evolves, and in that evolution she becomes radiant. There comes a time in a woman's life when the need to be noticed fades, and in its place rises something far more powerful: presence. A younger woman may seek attention through appearance or approval, but a good-looking older woman has learned that real power lies in stillness. She no longer feels the urge to be loud, to prove herself, or to compete. Her energy is calm, grounded, and self-assured, and that calmness, that ability to simply be, draws others to her more than any external display ever could. When a woman stops chasing validation, she begins to attract it effortlessly. People sense the depth in her, the kind of depth that comes from overcoming hardships, finding her voice, and making peace with herself. Her silence is not emptiness, it is full of substance. Her gaze doesn't seek approval, it offers understanding. She doesn't need to announce her worth because she has lived it. That quiet strength is magnetic. It draws people in, not with noise, but with presence. There's a special kind of beauty in someone who no longer needs to explain who they are. She lets her actions, her demeanor, and her authenticity speak for her. This woman has nothing to prove, and because of that, people instinctively respect her. She knows that her value isn't tied to how many eyes are on her. It lies in how true she is to herself. While others rush to be seen, she becomes unforgettable by simply being real. This stillness, this freedom from the hunger for attention, creates a sense of inner peace that radiates outward. And that peace, that effortless grace, is a rare and powerful form of beauty. It cannot be imitated. It can only be earned, and when it is, it shines quietly, yet unmistakably. There is something undeniably powerful about the way a woman carries herself when she has grown comfortable in her own skin. Over time, she begins to move differently, not with the hurried energy of trying to impress, but with the calm certainty of knowing who she is. Her steps are deliberate, her gestures thoughtful, and her entire presence grounded. She doesn't need to perform or compete. She knows what she values, and her movements reflect that inner clarity. It's not about drawing attention, it's about embodying self-respect in every action. The way she walks, stands, and even rests tells a story. Her posture is a quiet declaration of strength, shoulders relaxed but steady, head held high, not from pride, but from presence. She's not pretending to be anything she's not. That honesty in her body language speaks volumes. It shows that she is rooted in herself, not swayed by trends or the opinions of others. And this unspoken confidence is far more attractive than anything loud or forced. When a woman moves with intention, people take notice not because she demands it, but because there's something magnetic in her stillness. It's a reflection of inner order, of peace earned through experience. There is no need for excess. Her grace lies in simplicity. She doesn't chase elegance. She is elegance. And in a world full of noise and speed, her calm, grounded energy stands out. With age, her style also evolves. It becomes less about what's popular and more about what feels true. She dresses not to be noticed, but to reflect who she is. And that authenticity, combined with the way she holds herself, creates a beauty that is ageless. Her presence isn't just seen, it's felt, and it leaves a lasting impression without ever needing to speak. As the years unfold, a woman's face becomes a canvas of her life. Each line, each crease, each soft edge holds a memory of joy, of grief, of laughter, and of lessons learned. These are not flaws to hide, but reflections of a life fully lived. A good-looking older woman carries this history with quiet pride, not because she seeks admiration, but because she has earned every expression carved gently into her skin. There is a certain dignity in that. Her beauty is not frozen in time. It is alive, shaped by emotion, resilience, and the depth of her experience. When she smiles, it is not out of habit or obligation. It is genuine, warm, and disarming. People feel the sincerity behind it, the kind of smile that comes not from pleasing others, but from inner contentment. Her eyes hold a clarity that can't be manufactured, the kind that comes from seeing through illusions, from knowing what matters and what no longer deserves her energy. She doesn't speak to impress. She speaks with purpose. And when she is silent, her presence still communicates strength. She has weathered storms and come through wiser, softer in some ways, stronger in others. That balance of softness and strength is what gives her face its radiance. It is not a polished perfection, but a soulful authenticity. Every feature becomes more compelling because it is real. There's a kind of allure in a face that does not apologize for its age but embraces it. She does not try to erase time, she lets time speak through her with grace. In the end, it's not youth that makes her beautiful. It's the courage to be fully herself, etched in every line, glowing in every glance. Her beauty doesn't shout, it whispers truth, and that is unforgettable. There comes a moment in a woman's life when the endless need to be seen, liked, or admired fades away. It's not that she no longer cares how she looks or how others perceive her. It's that she no longer depends on it. She's spent years learning, adjusting, and performing, only to realize that the most powerful thing she can do is simply be herself. In that realization, she stops chasing attention, and strangely, that is when attention begins to find her. There is something incredibly attractive about someone who is at peace with who they are. This peace creates a magnetic pull that no amount of effort or self-promotion can imitate. Younger women are often caught in a cycle of doing more, showing more, and trying harder to prove their worth. But a good-looking older woman has already walked that path. She knows that proving herself to others is a game without end. She no longer dresses to compete, speaks to impress, or moves to be noticed. She shows up fully as herself, unfiltered, unforced, and unapologetic. That confidence, born not of arrogance but of self-respect, commands attention in the most natural way. Her energy shifts from external validation to inner alignment. She finds joy in the simplicity of living truthfully, and people sense this authenticity immediately. They are drawn not just to how she looks, but to how she makes them feel, calm, inspired, and seen. In a world obsessed with performance, her refusal to play that game makes her stand out. Without needing to chase admiration, she becomes admirable. Her value no longer comes from who notices her, but from how deeply she knows herself. And this kind of quiet power doesn't fade with age, it grows. It's not about being seen, it's about being real, and that is irresistible. At a certain stage in life, a woman begins to understand that beauty isn't something she needs to search for, it's something that begins to rise from within. When she lets go of the constant need for comparison, competition, and self-criticism, she starts to cultivate something far more powerful than appearance, inner peace. This peace shows itself in subtle but unmistakable ways. Her eyes become softer, yet more knowing. Her presence feels calm, steady, and grounded. There's no more rush to prove herself, no more urgency to fix every imperfection. She's done fighting with the mirror. Instead, she has made peace with her reflection. Gratitude begins to replace insecurity. She looks at her body, her face, her story, and instead of wishing they were different, she starts to appreciate how far she's come. She carries the strength of every experience, the lessons of every heartbreak, and the wisdom of every mistake. These are not things to hide, they are things to honor. That self-respect creates a glow that radiates without trying. It's not about skincare or style. It's a light that comes from accepting who she is and finding joy in that acceptance. What others see is not just physical beauty, but a kind of wholeness. She's no longer seeking anyone's permission to feel beautiful. She gives it to herself, and that confidence, rooted in gratitude and clarity, cannot be ignored. People are drawn to her not just because of how she looks, but because of the peace she carries. She becomes a reminder that aging is not a decline, it's a deepening. The more she embraces herself, the more she shines, not in a way that demands attention, but in a way that feels timeless, real, and unforgettable. Her glow is the result of years of becoming fully, beautifully herself.